Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you and to Yearns, to Ewans. How's Ewans doing, LaDonna?
We're good. We're all good here in Stone Mountain.
Ewans, all Ewans doing good. I came to your cribbles yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Yeah, I came to take Dad for a little walk, and so we walked and talked for a little minute and solved all the world's problems, then
Of course.
dropped them back off. But anyway, your cats are liking me more now.
My cats are liking me more now. It took the Bo, the big male, I think they got him off the street. Somebody took him to the Humane Society when he was just a itty bitty kitten, and he spent the whole first year of his life in a little cage. So,
Oh.
so after we got him, he was really skittish and scared and would run from us, not let you touch him. And we've had him 2 years now, and he would just now let me pet him.
No, he's in a place of love.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to our Fully Awake 365 devotion. Does this bother anyone else? Look at my drawstring.
It doesn't bother me. I kind of like asymmetrical things, as you can tell.
If I can remedy that, somebody's like, man, I feel so much better now. Thank you.
LaDonna knows all too well that that would never work for me.
Yeah, that's true. See, Brandy and I, we have to have angles and different heights of things.
Yes.
Yeah, today is Friday, September the 12th. We're in the month of celebrating truth as a journey, not as a destination. And we're going to talk this morning about the higher octave of love. We have a little joy for you, as is our custom this morning. See if you can jump in there and figure out what the artist and the song is.
Okay, but I think they should only get about 5 seconds of
Give
this.
them five.
All right, so you're gonna get 5 seconds.
All right, there it
That was
is.
a good one.
Shouldn't you know it after that little
Yeah, that was
opening?
a good. And if you had played the first line, it would have given it away.
It's all right. Yep.
I know we'll have to see if anybody jumps in and guesses. I know we've got a little delay over on YouTube, so we'll give you guys a second, but let's see if anybody jumps in. Why don't you talk about the song for a second while we give them a second to check up
What I
or
will tell you,
catch up?
LaDonna, is when I got to your house yesterday,
Hmm.
Dad had already kind of walked down the driveway, which scared me a little bit.
Oh, yeah. It's steep.
He was sitting on like your little wall kind of at the bottom of the driveway. And I was like, oh no, Dad, what you should not walk down the driveway without somebody helping you. And so um he was at the bottom. I was trying to deal with him, and Mom was at the top, like, come here, I want to tell you something. And I was like, I don't know which way to go, which way to go, which way to go.
This is
So I go up top, and Mom immediately is like, Leah Levitt, this, my book, this, my piano, this. And I was like, hi, Mom, how are you doing?
yeah.
She's just like immediately into her projects. So I'm trying to listen to all the things Mom is saying and updating me on, and Dad's like going, are you coming or not? And I was like, Mom, I'm sorry, Dad's on the wall. He's at the bottom of the thing. I have to go
That's on the
there.
wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I didn't get all the updates. And by the time I came back,
Mom is nothing if not laser focused on whatever it is she's doing, and literally nothing else matters.
and nothing else matters. Yeah, and then when we finished our walk, honey, she was already in that room, closed, working on something else. I was just like,
Do you know how many
Mom,
pages her book is right now?
relentless. No.
Over
I mean,
600.
what?
Well, that's front and back. So she says
And
it's really only 300 and something, but straight pages that she does in her computer. It's 6.
An anthology.
I told her, I said, this is your memoir, mother.
To, well, no, no, no. Let's get it straight. This is the first in a volume. There will be 4 other pieces of this memoir. Shout out, by the way, to Tony Lawrence, who I think has been helping her with all that. So,
Absolutely.
all
Okay,
right,
so we
any
do have some
guesses?
guesses and then we'll resume here. Yes, and I don't think anybody got it wrong. Let's see, Dr. Sharonda and Fred on here on Zoom. Let's see, over on a couple people were like, nope, I don't got it. Terry Salcedo, Shannon, Alita, I figured you would know. Myrna, Terry, let's see, Terry already said Terry. Sandra said, don't know this one. Yeah, Margie, yes. And I think maybe Margie's the only one that actually got the artist. Dr. Ray was stumped. Ooh, I'm sorry, I stumped you guys. Okay, let me resume it and give you a little more of a chance here.
Here it is. So you get the big reveal, Donald.
All right, that was Jesus is Just All Right by drum roll, White Chocolate, the Doobie Brothers,
The Doobie Brothers and Mr. White Chocolate himself, Michael
Michael
McDonald.
McDonald. Yeah.
Yes, Michael McDonald's a good stuff.
Although I say white chocolate, but there were some people of color in the Doobie Brothers as well. It was an integrated band.
The Doobies. Who doesn't like the Doobies? If you don't like the Doobie Brothers, you don't like music.
Speaking of that, we did confirm that that song that we played the other day, that was white boys in that song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 It was difficult for me.
They were
And then
white.
when I even pulled up the picture on Apple iTunes, it's so small and it was kind of darkened, and I thought and it was the 70s, so a couple of them had the big hair and I thought that's black guys, and then I zoomed in, I was like, nope, it's white
It's,
guys.
it's
It's
like
white
guys.
guys with the, and I know this is really controversial to say these days, but they had this, we said this back in the 70s and it was okay. It was a couple of white boys with Jufros.
Jufro.
They had really curly hair that they let grow out, but they were white, kind of, I guess.
Jufro is impressive. It could work on that Jufro. All right. Well, thanks for playing today. The Doobie Brothers. By the way, I have a playlist in my phone that is just called Rock and Roll Jesus. So it's just like
I
50
love it.
songs of rock and roll bands wanting to talk about Jesus. So I just have
Yep.
all 50 songs of it. So
There are a lot of them. Yep.
a lot of songs. All right. The higher octave of love. Back to you.
Okay, our affirmation this morning is today I will discern the difference between living in the lower octave of the law and the higher octave of love.
So one of the age-old arguments is this idea of the human nature of fallenness, and that we are by nature hateful, sinful, um, greedy, selfish, mean, spiteful, evil. And when you see a child throw a temper tantrum or hit someone, you think, yeah, well, there's maybe some of that's in there. But then you also see a child hug or smile or laugh or share or when someone's crying, a child knows that something's wrong. Why they feel, and they'll reach out and touch if someone's crying. So I don't choose to see us as being evil. I think that morality is born into us, and I think maybe it was evolved over hundreds of years or millions of years. But it has to be developed. It has to be cultivated in some ways. What's the point of that? There's this idea that we get the law, we get the Torah, because we don't know not to kill each other. We got to learn not to kill, not to steal from each other, not to lie on each other, not to, and those are, I guess those are good for people whose consciousness is just totally asleep and they don't know that it's not right to, but I choose to believe in the human family that we do know it's wrong to kill someone. We know it's wrong to stick someone in a cage. We know it's wrong to both physically, and we people just do it because they're greedy, or they choose the lower consciousness. But there is something innate within us that has morality. There's a God particle that's a part of us. Look at that verse there in Romans chapter 7. It says, even when the law is continually rehearsed with us, it kind of arouses our desire to not do it, to not do what we're being told. But there has to be another baptism of an awakening to love that's not about being told what to do. And I'm not even sure if it's an awakening to love. It may just be an uncovering of a love that has been kind of basically inundated with laws and regulations and codes. But the truth is that we all come from love. Our source is love. We are love. We came here knowing how to love each other. Look at that third paragraph. It says the people who are no longer children spiritually, who have grown up on the inside, inwardly hesitate for an entirely different reason. Yeah, somewhere deep inside, they know they shouldn't have to be told what to do because it is their nature to be godlike. What is that pause? What is that moment of kind of transcendent meditation where you think, is this, am I doing the right thing right now? Where does that pause come from? When you fully integrate the idea of being made in God's image and likeness, you're supposed to be able to govern yourself. Not only is it about getting mine and looking out for number one, I'm part of a collective consciousness. I'm part of an intrinsic mutual web of humanity. We all interbe with each other to co-create your reality and have the ability to make sovereign decisions over your life and how that affects other people. These two responses look the same, yeah, following a law or having an inward law, but they are very different. They represent the higher and lower octaves of living in love according to the law of love. What is the higher octave of law toward love? And so let us be mindful in this season that we don't love each other because we are commanded. You ever heard a Christian say, "Well, I don't like you, but I'm commanded to love you"? Is that the only reason we love someone? Because we're commanded to love? No one, as Dr. King would remind us, no one shall diminish me so greatly to make me hate them. That's an interesting thing to hear right now. This certainly doesn't condone. We have to be able to call out things that are evil, but can anyone really reduce us to making us hate them? I don't. There are a lot of people in my life, and probably in everyone's life that's listening, who have caused us hurt and harm, and have maybe tried to even kill us at times, whether it's physically or kill us by systemic injustice, or kill our reputation. A character assassination sometimes can be as brutal as a physical attempt at murder. But will we allow people to reduce us to hate? Will we become that thing, or will we follow the way of Jesus, calling out injustice for sure, but also knowing that hate cannot solve. Watch this. No problem can be solved using the same consciousness that created it. We can only solve hate with love. Doesn't mean we justify, doesn't mean we don't feel certain emotions. We're certainly not here to police everyone's emotions right now. But will we be reduced to hate, or will we understand that love is the only answer that the world is looking for? Love, sweet love, what the world needs now. It is honesty, it is difficult conversations, and we understand that. But at the end of the day, we cannot solve any problem using the same consciousness that created it. All right, back to you, LaDonna.
Yeah, I actually taught about this a couple of weeks ago, and I mentioned it again this past Tuesday that I believe in the course of our human development as children at about 2 years old, which is why they're called the terrible twos, we start getting that awareness of, hey, I'm my own individual little godlike I have control over this being. But we understand in the physical realm that we have to grow up. Well, that's the same in the spiritual realm. We have to cultivate that sovereignty. And if we don't, if we remain immature, that's when we have to keep having the law. But if you do grow up spiritually as you are supposed to, there comes a time where you don't have to have that law anymore because it's just in you. And I think of it as like maybe a little kid who has aspirations to be a great athlete and they watch somebody in a professional capacity or in the Olympics and they say, hey, like that's the little 2 year old. I want to do that. I can do that. I'm able to do that just like that person, but they can't go out that next day and do it.
Mhm.
You have to go through the process of
Right.
maturation and grow up into that. So
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
absolutely. Yeah.
So here's our ending prayer. Higher self, help me to live in the higher octave of love on a daily basis. Amen.
Amen, somebody. So let's hold some ideas in tension today, and that is that um, we are not to spiritually bypass our human emotions. They are what they are. No one can guilt us for the emotions we feel or that we don't feel, or they shouldn't be able to. We shouldn't allow them to. At the same time, how do we cultivate our love? Those are maybe two ideas to hold in tension today. All right, my peoples, looking forward to seeing you on our day, Joey and Genesis, day of fun, and on our Sunday, day of joy. Come, let us be joyful together on Sunday. Let us make a joyful noise. My mother used to have Sundays where she would say, bring a noisemaker, bring a joy maker. And people would bring like spoons or tambourines or anything that made a noise at the church. Kazoos. Do you remember kazoos, LaDonna?
Oh my God, yes.
Kazoos. Um, yeah, and so bring your joyful noisemakers on Sunday. Let us shout to the Lord with a voice of triumph, a day of joy at Spirit and Truth Sanctuary. All right, we hope you have a great rest of your day. See you soon.